morning everyone, and welcome to today's video. So today's video is very special to me. Today's video is the groundbreaking for the brand new food bank for Marion County, Kansas. Now, why is this important to me? Well, one, I work at a school and I see kids who, quite frankly, might not get enough to eat at home. And two, I mean, who doesn't want to help promote something that helps so many people? So, our school, our whole middle school, walked the block to the new location, and it was so neat, and they were all super respectful. They chose May 21st because one of the volunteers had passed away, and you will hear more about that in the video from the groundbreaking. And I do want to say I apologize for any background noise. Some of the people may not have spoken very loudly. That's just kind of what happens when you're trying to video and corral middle school students. So I really hope that you enjoy this video. Like I said, it's very special to me, and on with the video.
Manager from the Kansas Food Bank. It's my honor to be here today to help the Marion County Food Bank celebrate the groundbreaking for this new facility. I grew up in Marion, graduated in 1982, so many years ago. It's good to be home and honor and celebrate the great work that the Marion County Food Bank does. Jean approached me about a year and a half ago about the idea of building a new food bank. Most of you probably know where they're located, up in the old gas station, just a few blocks up the road. It's a very tiny space. Together we talked about a funding plan and started to put the wheels in motion. Then, as everyone knows, the COVID-19 pandemic hit and everything came to a halt. Rather than raising funds for a new building, it was more important to make sure food was provided for the neighbors in our county that needed to come for help. Late last year, we talked again about moving forward with the fundraising plans. I agreed to help Jean write some grants. And for all you students over there that have made me like totally nervous because I don't have this memorized, because you know you're supposed to memorize every speech you give, pay attention in English class. It's because of Judy Dannenfelser I learned how to write and why I helped him agree to write these grants. So today, our process begins. I next would like to introduce Dave Mayfield, Mayor for the City of Marion.
What a crowd. This is great. On behalf of the City of Marion, I'd like to welcome all of you here today for this dedication for the groundbreaking ceremony for the Marion County Food Bank. This site has been a site for a variety of businesses over the years. I know there's been probably 5 or 6 different businesses that's been in here since I've been in Marion when I came here in '99. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a permanent one. I don't think it's going to go away. I think it's going to be here forever. So from this day forward, will forever be known as the Marion County Food Bank. We're very excited to witness the growth of the food bank and the need for a larger facility. I know some of you kids probably don't know it, but where they're at now used to be known as Smitty's, and it was a service station at that time. They are so busy anymore that if you go down and look when they're opening the food bank doors, there's a line of cars around that building that's probably longer than what McDonald's has in Wichita's on any given day. So they needed this larger facility without a doubt. When I came to Marion in '99, they was located in the, well, I think it was basically a closet in the back of the Valley United Methodist Church, and they grew so much then that they had to move to the new facility. Well, I think you guys formed your board in 2015, as I understand it. What a great group of volunteers. Look what they've done. You know, they've got so much business now that they had to build a larger facility, and therefore I think we all should give them a round of applause to all of these board members that created all of this. So thank you. The City of Marion has always always supported the food bank. As a matter of fact, last year when we had all the COVID issues, we applied for a $167,000 grant to help our businesses in town, and we was also able to contribute $30,000 to the food bank to help them to continue their business, even though during those times it's very tough. Again, I also understand timing is everything, and I think it's a good thing that we're having it today, especially for the Winkler family, because this is Doris's birthday, and she was a volunteer for the food bank. Of course, you all know Gene, he volunteers for everything, so she had to tag along with him, you know, regardless whether she liked it or not. Thank you all for coming today, and the sun's shining. I asked Gene if it was going to rain today, and he said no, and he's a better weatherman than the one in Wichita, so we need to thank him for that. So thank all of you for coming.
Thank you, Mayor Mayfield. You know, we have Channel 12 here from Wichita, so we probably better not slam it too much. That's where I live now, too, so zip. Okay, small towns make up the fabric that is this great state that we live in. Within all of the communities within our state are volunteers and people who give of themselves to make a difference. The Marion County Food Bank is strictly run by volunteers. I don't know if any of you knew that. From the board who oversees the work to the crew that comes and help unloads the truck. The Kansas Food Bank sends a truckload of food here once a month, and when that truck shows up, it's a lot of work. Some of you students may have been involved in helping, and if you haven't, guess what? Next year, during school, maybe that's going to be added to one of your classes, who knows. But it takes a village, and this village is a great one. Hunger can often be something that is hidden within a community. A story was shared for me by Kathy Henderson, and I want to share it with you today. A local teacher told Kathy about a project she has her class do, and that is they read The 7 Wonders of Sassafras Springs. The story is about a young boy who lives in a small town who thinks there's absolutely nothing there. The students are then encouraged to name their wonders of Marion County. One of the students said his greatest wonder was the Marion County Food Bank, because without it, he didn't know how his family would have enough food to survive. That right there tells the impact that a food bank has on a community. Next, I would like to introduce Jerry Henderson. Jerry is the chairman of the board for the Marion County Food Bank.
Thank you, Debbie. While I'm saying Debbie, I want to say more than thank you. She gave you, I gotta get closer to this one, Gene. Yep. There we go. Thanks. He helped me out a lot of things. Before I introduce the board, there's a couple of things I want to say of a historical note. I got involved with the Marion Food Bank when it was in that alley side room of Valley Church. With 5 concrete steps up to the first floor to get in. Some of our neighbors who shop the food bank now, no way could they get in there. Pretty soon after that, about 2014 in that winter, there are people here who could correct me, there was in the city what was called a visioning effort. The then mayor, Todd Highsmith, was involved with it, that I saw, and the city administrator, Roger Holzer, was involved. And one of the visioning meetings they had was at our church. And out of all that came 2 things that Marion County desperately needed. And one of them was food for people who can't quite make it. On May 15th, 2015, all of the food that was in that little room at Valley Church had been moved to 2 blocks down the street to that abandoned gas station. And the new Marion County Food Bank Resource Center was more. MAC, Marion Advancement Campaign, was instrumental in getting things started correctly. And one of the things they did was interview some people who might be interested in serving on the board of directors. I was one of those people. After the interview, I remember telling Roger, try keeping me off of that, because I was sold. Looking around here today, you see why I was sold, what prompted me then and what prompts me today, that of the needs we have for serving people are all met by people within this county. And most of the time we don't have to ask. It just happens. Whether there's a cow that stepped in a hole and the rancher's got to do something with it, they grind up the whole animal and send the meat to the food bank. 450 pounds of meat at one time. That has happened several times in this county. Before I go any further in introducing the board or sitting beside me, there's one other person that you haven't met kind of before, and I'm probably going to be in a lot of trouble for this. But right after I agreed to serve on the board of directors and we'd had our first meeting, we got almost foisted on us a retired charge nurse who took over that food bank so far as operations are concerned. And that's my wife, Kathy. I think she's still standing right over there, right? Kathy works for Gene for making all the orders to the Kansas Food Bank in Wichita, does all the ordering at calls the grocery, has training program for our volunteers in the food bank. Without her, we'd be in a mess. So, babe, sorry, I just had to get that in there. One of the real positives on this board is that we've got one member who's been involved in food bank business in Marion County as long as she can remember. She was first involved with her mother over 60 years ago in organizing a food bank, and that person is Janet Bryant. She's still on our board, providing our historical perspective. We got a bonus with Janet in that her daughter came along. Jan Helmer was the first treasurer we had on the board. When I'm not available for a meeting, she takes over and chairing the meeting. Jan Helmer. The recording secretary for the board who has to keep up with minutes is one of our newer members, Brother Kevin Freestein. Now, when getting ready for school to start in the fall, there's somebody that goes around, and she's already working on it, and taking care of the backpacks full of school supplies for kids who need it. Becky Howard, that's right. The last member, I think I've got everybody that has been with us for some time now, Diane Sam. And me, Jerry Henderson. We have one other member that attends all of our meetings, and now is our treasurer because the IRS would let us have too. When the IRS says you need to change your procedures, you change them. That's Gene Winkler. He's not only our treasurer, he's the liaison between the Marion Advancement Campaign and our board. He keeps us on the straight and narrow. Thanks, Gene.
Thank you, Jerry. As I mentioned earlier, Gene enlisted my help in writing some grants to help fund this project. We have 4 foundations we would like to extend a huge thank you to that really help bring this project to life today. Those are the Sunderland Foundation, the Mayfield Foundation, the Patterson Family Foundation, and the Latner Foundation. Each and every one of these foundations are philanthropic in nature, and each and every one of them believe in the fabric that I talked about, the small town of America making up our great state. They generously gave to this project. Let's give them a big round of applause. All right, before we have the board do the official honor, I want to share another reason that's important today to Gene and his family. All right. As everyone knows, Doris worked for the county extension office here in Marion for like a gazillion years. When Doris retired from there, she said to me, you know, what am I going to do? And I'm thinking, have you met your husband? He's going to find something for you to do. And Doris found her spot, and that was volunteering at the Marion Food Bank. And whether she was stocking shelves or she was filling pantry guest order, she truly had the heart of a servant. So, as you've heard today, we're remembering her as Marion County Food Bank starts a new chapter in their life. So, if I could have the food bank board come over, let's get a shovel. Gosh, you guys are making me nervous. Groundbreaking photo. When we were rounding up shovels for this, I brought some that we had from the Kansas Food Bank from our original groundbreaking at our facility. So, everybody ready? Let's smile on 3. 1, 2, 3. And we'll turn that dirt. Lots of luck. All right, good job. Thank you so much. This is a great day. I do want to thank everyone for being here today. We hope to see everyone back when this building is built, when we have our grand opening and our ribbon cutting. So Gene and Jerry and the board members are around for any questions you might have. We do have some snacks. Middle school, next time you need to let me know when you're all coming, because otherwise you're going to have to share the goldfish on the way back. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.
That's it for the video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I know it's longer than some of my videos typically are, but it was really important that I recorded mostly everything for you guys, and I missed the prayer at the beginning, but I was praying, so you know. It's kind of like I wouldn't film Star Spangled Banner because I'd be crying. And let me tell you, I did, my makeup's a little wonky this evening because yes, I was tearing up quite a bit during the groundbreaking. And so, a huge kudos to our students. They were amazing. They were quiet. They were respectful. I don't know if you can hear it in the video, but Gary Henderson, who was actually my superintendent when I went to Marion School, he called his wife Babe, and the girls that were down for me were like, "Oh, he's still calling her Babe." It made my day. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I will be doing another video later on. Once they have the building up, I'm sure that we will be attending the ribbon cutting for that. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.